What's up, everybody? This is Charisma, and I kind of just want to talk about two characters. I've been just thinking about their current, rank on like an S tier list of like how good they are, and I've just been wrestling with these two. But before we get into the video, please hit that like, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100K, and I need your guys' help. So let's begin. So there's been two characters, Saito and Luffus, and if you guys haven't seen my videos, I've done a character review on both of them. And after doing some more thinking and playing in pro lobbies and such, I just, I kind of want to give an update on each one. Because I won't tell you the exact ranks I gave for each one, but what I will say is I gave Luffus a higher rank than Saito. And the reason why I gave Luffus a higher rank is I said essentially all I took in was that if you want to catch someone more off guard, I said Luffus, and I gave him a higher rank than Saito. And after thinking back on that, I don't think that should be the variable that makes Luffus better than Saito. Because if you were like in a tournament or something, like which one would consistently get you in a higher spot, like a higher position, third place, second place, first place, which one would get you in that better top spot? I would have to say Saito. I was to say Saito and not Luffus. And I'll give you a couple reasons why I think Saito right now is the best one. It's because I did my in-depth analysis and such, but then I went into like pro lobbies and I joined Marzu, and he had over 15,000 kills. And I asked him, like, which one do you think is the best character? And he said Saito. By far Saito. And then I was still thinking about it, and I'm like, but I think Luffus is good in some situations because you can really trip up people. I was actually able to do damage against Marcel with Luffus. I didn't really do it with Saito, but I didn't really get as much opportunities. But so I was doing some more thinking, and then I was playing more pro lobbies. And I was realizing more and more people, the vast majority, were using just Saito. And not a lot of people were using Luffus. I don't know, maybe a couple, like 70 to 80%, like over half are probably using Saito. And then you would get an occasional Kamaki, then you get a Kojo, and then like a Kilo. But that was like, I didn't really see a Luffus. I didn't really see a Gazo or a Senju. There's mostly Kilo, Koju, Kamaki, and Saito. So so I did some more thinking on it, and I want to give an updated version of what the ranking I would give Saito and Luffus. Because I just had to get a different perspective. The only perspective I really had was kind of, more so off of, my experience and such, and more on like casual lobbies. But once I, start playing more pro lobbies, I'm like, I got a deeper perspective on these characters. So, if we look at Saito, he has his uppercut, super jump, sonic slide, and ground walls. Uppercuts deflect the ball. Super jump, that can help. It can help separate you from the ball. Sonic slide and deflect the ball for 1.2 to 2 seconds. Create 2 collidable walls on deflect. Saito is just a really good, deflect character. And at first I was thinking, okay, you need a little bit more to, in Death Ball than just having abilities that deflect. You can't just rely on your abilities like 100% of the time. You can do it a little bit, 20, 30%, but the other 70% has to come from you deflecting the ball and reacting quick enough and getting up close on people and curving the ball left and right and that kind of stuff. And I realized Saito is truly amazing when you have really good reaction time and deflect time. When I was watching Marzu and I was seeing him get super close up with people with Saito and then using his abilities when necessary, like he would barely get damaged. The dude was just unstoppable. So when you take a really good player and pair it with Saito, it's just, if I had to give it on an S to F tier list, S tier being just amazing, I would put Saito on the S tier. Not that the class is necessarily broken where you can't use other characters. Each character is, especially, Luffus, Kamaki, Koju, Kilo. I mean, they each have their own thing, but like, in terms of overall, like the best, which you would probably want to use in a tournament, which would be Saito. That would be the S tier. I just had to give it some more thought, and I'm like, you know, as someone who, you know, gives commentary on this game and this and that, and people that watch the videos, I want people to see, as of right now, the updated who is the best, because people that are playing this game, they want to, there's a lot of players that want to be the best, and that's perfectly fine. But I think it's my job, my obligation is to give you the most accurate information that I can. And the Saito review, yeah, I didn't have as much perspective then, so that's why I was limited to the ranking I gave it initially, and why I gave it below Lufus. But now that I have more perspective, it's my responsibility to give to you guys, the audience, what I think the accurate rating for Saito is. And given that if you're really super cracked out of your mind, and just in general, I would give Saito an S tier. Just all his deflecting abilities makes it really hard for you to, you know, get hit. But on top of that, if you're really good offensively, you're just good. He's just the yin-yang, just the complement. It's amazing. So I would give Saito an S tier. Now let's talk about Lufus. Let's talk about Lufus. I originally gave Lufus... I'll say the rank here. And if you don't want me to say the rank right now, just skip like 20 seconds. But I gave Lufus the rank A+. I gave him that rank. And then I gave Saito slightly below that. And the reason why I gave Lufus you know, that ranking is because, like, I only looked at one specific scenario where Lufus, you know, is better than Saito. And just gave him all overall higher rank, and I'm like, I don't think that was fair to do that. And getting that perspective in comps and such, and talking to pro people in this game, I would have to give Lufus just like an A to A-. Still A, good, especially in casual lobbies, really good, and he can still be used in pro lobbies. I'll give him an A, not like an A+. You know, A to A-, like he's above the B+ threshold, but he's not the S tier. You can, you know, I think A- to A is a fair rating, and not A+, because A+ is like right next to like S tier, and just getting some more thinking and such. Like the one thing about his class is his extendo arm. His extended arm, if you're in a 1v1 situation, if you time it right, you can really increase your chances of getting the kill. Because as soon as they hit the ball, or they're right about to hit the ball, use your extended arm, they'll hit the ball first, meaning the ball is going to come to you, but your extended arm is reaching out to that ball, so it's going to smack them right back in their face. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed a kill, but it's a really high chance if you time it right. And this like glass wall is really good at getting up close to people. But I think if you're watching this video and you're like, Charisma, I want to play the best character, I want to be the best player, play Saito. Play Saito. Overall. You might be those one-off people where you're like, dude, I do amazing with Lufus, not as much as Saito, cool. But I think the grand majority of people, if you want to be the best player, it's got to be, I think Saito. I think Saito takes the cake. I just, giving it more thought and such, I think, I don't think there's a strong meta right now. I don't think there's any broken classes, but I think the meta as of right now is play Saito. Get really good at the game and play Saito, and you will be cracked out of your mind. And I'm really curious to see, like, in tournaments, you know, how many people are going to play Saito, how many people are going to play Kilo, how many people are going to play Luffy, and just see throughout the progression of tournaments of, like, what's the vast majority of players, what character are they playing. So, without further ado, you know, please hit that like, subscribe. I just want to give you guys an updated version. I think it was my obligation as a content creator for Deathball to try to give you the most accurate information as I can, based off my opinion, experience, and what other people think, and just try to take it all together and give you the best. So, without further ado, you guys have a good one. Bye-bye.